Hey, Good Sam, this is Pastor Jed. On Sunday, we gather together and we were reminded that God has called us together to grow in our relationships. We are reminded that relationships are a lot like music. They're intended to be beautiful, to bring value, to take people on a journey that really furthers them. That's what music does. But sometimes you hit wrong notes. Sometimes things don't come together. Sometimes things don't resolve. And you get stuck into tension. Sometimes your relationship can sound like this. What you really want them to do is to be resolved. That's really what you're looking for. And so as a church, as Christians, as sisters and brothers who are walking with Jesus, what happens when we get in these situations where there's no resolution? The beautiful thing is that Jesus tells us how to resolve our relationships when there's tension. On Sunday, we were reminded that Jesus calls us to be peacemakers. He says in Matthew chapter 5, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called children of God." We're reminded that God is a peacemaker. That's why God sent Jesus into the world, to bring peace into the world and bring peace between us and God. And so if we're going to be like God, we need to be peacemakers. Jesus lives his ministry and Jesus demonstrates what it looks like to be a peacemaker. Jesus is teaching his disciples and he reminds us that as important as it is to show up to worship with a whole heart, with a full heart, with a heart that's ready to give everything to God, he reminds us that we need to be evaluating our relationships. And so part of worship is showing up on Sunday, just asking, how did I live my life? How was I in relationship with others? Did I say anything? Did I do anything that would break a relationship? Jesus says, if you've done something to bring tension into a relationship, you need to resolve that right away. Jesus says, go, leave church, don't even take the offering, don't even give the offering, but go and make what is broken right. We're reminded that Jesus gives us some good advice on how to do that. The first thing is that we need to take responsibility for being peacemakers. We need to take responsibility for the resolution. We need to be reminded that God's Holy Spirit is leading us and guiding us. That we have the opportunity of just facing the person that we have hurt or harmed and just asking them how we can make things right. On Sunday, we were reminded that we need to develop this spirit of gentleness. We need to be gentle with ourselves. We need to be gentle with others. We need to receive the gentleness that God sends our way. Because when we learn to receive God's gentle correction, we can also be gentle with others when the relationship needs to be restored. We were reminded that we also need to be patient. God is such a patient God, and God invites us to be patient with each other as we bring resolution to our relationships. We also need to be reminded that sometimes, like Paul says in Romans chapter 12, we can only do our part to bring resolution. Paul says, as far as it is up to you, as far as you can go, be at peace with everyone. And so, as Christians, we're reminded to do our part, to be peacemakers, to pray for peace, to invest in peace, to bring resolution into our life. I'm so thankful that as a church, we have our compass that leads us and guides us. It tells us exactly where we should go and where we should be pointing when the relational tension builds. And so thank you for being a church that loves God and loves people and is willing to have the hard conversations to take the tension out of a relationship and bring resolution. On Wednesday, we're going to be talking about how to do this in our lives and in our church. I look forward to the conversation. I'll see you Wednesday, or I'll see you Thursday. I'm going to keep playing.